Hey guys, Jason here, and today I want to talk about assets. How do assets work when we're looking at creating wealth, understanding our own financial position, and planning for our future? Hey, listen, you're the first asset that you ever own, and you're the first place that you start to create value, which you can then take to market and exchange some sort of value, some sort of thing for money. Let me explain. First, for most of us, in general, if you go to school or you go to university, TAFE, college, get a trade, whatever it is, you get some information, some knowledge, and then you go to the marketplace and you exchange some time, some knowledge, and some efforts, some time, some knowledge, and some efforts, and then you create income, which is fabulous. I love it. It's a wonderful place, very easy way to create income, and for most of us, that's the first place we start. Some people go into business. Some people do start businesses early or even later in life. But the reality is it's a very similar thing when it comes to business. If your business is not under management, I sort of look at this as the Robert Kiyosaki version of business. If you can't leave it for a year and come back and it's better than when you left it, it's not a business. You still own a job, right? But the reality is most of us in business can create a better income or a better lifestyle, but we still do the same sort of thing. We exchange time, we exchange knowledge or IP or a way of things or something that we manage, and we put effort and we take risk into creating those exchanges. Those create income. So for any of us in job, career or business, we're doing that process, exchanging something and getting some income for it, which is a fabulous process. It's the first asset that we use to create income. Now, income is awesome. Income needs to turn into assets eventually, which then give us some growth and other things. But what happens often, for most people that I've seen over the years coaching, their income has risen in these, but so too do the expenses in your life rise to meet the income, and we never have enough left over to turn into assets. And this is some of the challenges that we have. Let's have a look in someone who's got a job. You know, we might buy a car, we might get nicer clothes, we buy a house, we get married, we have a life, we've got kids. Same deal down here with business. We might have overheads, we've got other risks when it comes to, team members and rent and all this sort of stuff. But reality is, guys, often our income is met with expenses of the same or sometimes more, unfortunately. And when you think about it in business terms, if you say, listen, you need to run your business at a profit, that means if you made $100, your expenses should be less than that. So your total expenses, you need to run at a profit. And people go, yeah, I get that. The challenge is when we look at our lives, many people who've got a job or career don't necessarily think in those terms. You need to run your life as a profit. You need to have excess cash flow, left over, capability, capital, investment capacity to buy assets. You need to have enough to be able to invest in assets for your future, because time marches on. And as time gets longer, your earning ability, unfortunately, for many of us gets less. The older we get, or we get past that sort of 50 or 60 or 70, our capacity to earn reduces, unfortunately. In the meantime, when we first start out, our efforts should be concentrated on making sure our income is brilliant, and then we transfer that income into other assets for our future. Property will create some rent. Property will get some growth. And property gives us some tax benefits in the short term. But over time, property also gives us growth. It also can create an income that can replace this income over here. When you are wanting to wind down, when you don't want to have to exchange time, efforts or knowledge anymore in a job or career, you should have some assets in place to be able to create that income and do the exchange for you. Assets are fantastic. They don't get sick. They continue to go and create income every day, all day, 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year. Okay, shares can do some very similar things. I'm not an expert in shares, but certainly a lot of people create income and value with shares as well. My expertise is in the property world. I love that process. In property, you get an extra special advantage here. You can get some extra leverage when it comes to using your income, maybe using some of your savings or your equity to create assets. So there you go, guys. You're the first asset that you ever own. Manage our income versus expenses. We need to run our lives at a profit, and we need to make sure that some of those profits are turned into assets for our future, so you don't have to exchange time for money anymore. Those assets go to work when you don't want to, when you're at the beach, when you're chilling out, hanging out, doing the things that you want to do. Your assets are going to work for you rather than you working for your assets. So there you go, guys. Hopefully that was useful. And maybe you want to come along to one of our property information nights around the country, get a bit more in-depth understanding of this concept and how to apply it practically in the property investment world. We'd love to see you at one of those nights. Till then, take care. Bye for now.